I was helping my younger brother Jake set up chairs in the hotel ballroom for his wedding rehearsal dinner when my wife Claire walked in, her hand resting intimately on his shoulder in a way that made my stomach drop. "Michael," she said, her voice bright with forced cheerfulness. "Jake and I were just discussing the seating arrangements. Think it would be better if we sat at separate tables tomorrow, help circulate among the guests." Watched my 26-year-old brother, my only sibling, the kid I'd helped raise after our parents died, look at my wife with an expression that had nothing to do with wedding logistics and everything to do with guilt. "Whatever you think is best," I said calmly, continuing to arrange the chairs while my heart shattered into pieces. That's when I knew for certain the suspicions, the strange behaviors, the way Claire had suddenly become so invested in helping plan Jake's wedding to his fiancée, Amanda. It wasn't about being a supportive sister-in-law. It was about sleeping with my brother. What neither of them knew was that I'd already confirmed their affair, and tonight's rehearsal dinner was about to become the most devastating family implosion our relatives would ever witness. Explain how a betrayed husband turned his brother's celebration into a public confession that destroyed 2 relationships and left 75 wedding guests watching our family collapse in real. My name is Michael Foster, and until 3 months ago I thought I had everything. A solid 10-year marriage to my college sweetheart Claire. Close relationship with my younger brother Jake, who was about to marry his girlfriend of 5 years. A tight-knit, extended family that gathered for every holiday and milestone. Then I noticed the text messages. I'm not a spy or a detective. I'm a high school history teacher who happened to see my wife's phone light up with a message from little bro Red Art while she was in the shower. The heart emoji felt wrong. The message felt worse. Can't stop thinking about last night. Amanda suspects. Nothing. Amanda, Jake's fiancée. Sweet, kind woman who had been planning her dream wedding while my wife was sleeping with her future husband. The investigation wasn't sophisticated. Checked our phone records and found hundreds of calls between Claire and Jake, mostly during school hours when I was teaching and Amanda was at her nursing shifts. I noticed charges to hotels in our credit card statements during Jake's supposed bachelor party planning sessions. But the real confirmation came when I installed a voice-activated recorder in Claire's car. Completely legal in North Carolina. One-party consent state and capture her phone conversation with her best friend, describing in explicit detail how the affair had started 6 months ago during a family barbecue. How exciting it was to be with someone younger, how Jake made her feel alive in ways I apparently never had. Michael's so boring. Laughed into her phone. Because adventurous, spontaneous, and God, the irony of sleeping with his little brother makes it even hotter. The irony. She thought destroying my family was ironic. I spent 2 weeks deciding how to handle this. Confront them privately, file for divorce quietly, try to salvage the wreckage of my relationship with my brother. Then Jake called to ask if I'd give a toast at his rehearsal dinner. "You're not just my brother," he said. "You're my best friend. I want you to tell everyone how much you support Amanda and me." That's when I decided exactly how this would play out. The rehearsal dinner was elegant. Amanda's parents had spared no expense for their only daughter's wedding weekend. 75 guests filled the hotel ballroom. Both families, the wedding party, close friends who traveled from across the country. Everyone was celebrating young love and new beginnings. I prepared my toast carefully, practicing the timing, ensuring the audio equipment was properly connected to my phone. "Ladies and gentlemen," I began, standing with my champagne glass as the room quieted. Honored to toast my little brother Jake and his beautiful bride to be Amanda on this special evening. Claire was smiling at me from across the room, probably relieved I was playing my role as the supportive older brother. Jake looked genuinely happy, his arm around Amanda, both of them glowing with pre-wedding. So, Jake and I have been through everything together, I continued. Our parents died, I helped raise him. Taught him to drive, helped him through college, gave him advice about life and I thought we shared everything. Something in my tone made Claire's smile falter. But recently I discovered that Jake and I have been sharing something I never expected. Something that's been going on for 6 months, hidden from everyone in this room except the two people directly involved. Jake's face went pale. Claire was already standing, sensing where this was heading. Rather than tell you about it myself, I said, connecting my phone to the sound system, I thought I'd let you hear it in their own words. The recording began playing through the ballroom speakers. Claire's voice crystal clear describing her affair with Jake in explicit detail. Her laughter about betraying me, her excitement about the secrecy, her planning to continue the affair even after Jake's marriage to Amanda. Jake's voice joined hers in a different recording, telling his friend how easy it was to deceive his boring older brother and his clingy fiancée, how he was planning to keep seeing Claire even after the wedding because Amanda will never suspect her own husband and brother-in-law. The silence in that ballroom was absolute. 75 people sat, frozen, champagne glasses suspended midair as 6 months of betrayal played out in surround sound for everyone to hear. Amanda's scream cut through the audio, a sound of pure devastation that I'll never forget. She ran from the ballroom, her mother chasing after her, while Jake stood paralyzed, his wedding party staring at him with expressions of disgust. Claire tried to reach me, but our relatives formed a wall between us, their faces showing the same betrayal I'd been living with for weeks. Destroyed our family, Claire sobbed, surrounded by her in-laws who were learning what kind of woman their daughter had married. You destroyed our family, I corrected. Just made sure everyone knew who was responsible. The wedding was canceled by morning. Amanda's parents demanded reimbursement for all expenses. Jake was cut off by our extended family, aunts, uncles, cousins who'd helped raise him after our parents died, all of them horrified by his betrayal. Claire filed for divorce, but the recorded evidence made the proceedings swift and one-sided. Relatives testified about the rehearsal dinner, ensuring she got nothing beyond her personal belongings. Jake lost not just his fiancée, but his entire support system. The family that had celebrated his success and supported his dreams wanted nothing to do with him. 6 months later, I was teaching my classes, coaching the school debate team, and slowly rebuilding my life. Claire was living in a studio apartment, working retail, completely isolated from the family and community she'd taken for granted. Sometimes revenge isn't about being clever or calculated. It's about making sure that when people destroy your family, everyone knows exactly what they did and who they really